How long did you have to keep it a secret that you were coming to Impact?
Well, it was probably a kept secret for probably around like a month, just because it was one of those things to where like, yeah, I had friends in other companies and I had friends reaching out from other companies and everything, but it was like for my life where it is at the moment and like the schedule that Impact has and the night of Slammiversary literally fell on the day that pretty much all of us, our contracts, were released and we can go and do what we wanted was pretty cool too, just to go to Slammiversary to do that. But like Impact's been on my list for like years to want to go and perform at and work for and everything, just because like, I was with the WWE for 14 and I wasn't able to do anything else or, go and do other shows and stuff like that. So Impact's been on my list of wanting to go to since, more than a decade ago.
Right. A lot of people have always talked about how entertaining you were and how you really should be doing a lot beyond wrestling. Is it that you have your eye on acting or anything beyond that we can know about?
I can honestly say that I would love, I would love to go and act. Be in a show, a sitcom, a series, a movie or something. But a lot of people say I'm crazy when I say this, but I feel like that's how I am in real life. Is that I don't want to be the main part. I don't want to be the Tom Cruise or the Matthew McConaughey. I want to be their funny sidekick. Like, let me be their wingman, like their best friend that just tells them the truth when they're acting stupid. Let me be that guy, because that's pretty much who I am in real life. I'm the guy, like, they get the girls and I make them laugh. I've always been the funny sidekick. So I feel like if I could do movies, shows, anything like that, I would love to be the, just like in wrestling sometimes, the humor, the laugh, the ha-ha, or the guy that says, man, why the hell did you do that?
Well, speaking of friends, are we going to be seeing you on the Talking Shop Full Keg special, or is that a secret?
Oh my goodness, man. All that Talking Shop stuff is just, you don't know what to expect. Right. Even if you're there, or if you're on it, you have no idea. I mean, it's a treat just to be a part of it. But I can honestly say, I don't want to give anything away to anybody about it, because I want everyone to tune in. And honestly, if you tune in, you're going to, 1, laugh a lot, 2, say what in the world are these grown men doing, and 3, laugh some more.
Were you close with those guys in your prior company, or is it more of a over your 90 days got to know them?
Man, no, I have been close with the Good Brothers since they got up here. I mean, I've been close with, Doc Gallows for 15, 14 years, because I started in Deep South in Georgia and he was there also. So me and the big man, we've been buddies for, I couldn't tell you how long. Same thing with Myers. Me and Myers, man, we've been buddies since Deep South days, So like, we've all been friends. Like, we're all good friends because we actually know each other. We've been friends for 15 years, and you don't really change after that much. But no, I've been good friends with them for years. And then like with Eric Young, man, like I've always heard good things about him, but he was always an Impact when I was in WWE. So, but then whenever I got to legit meet him and be with him, like he's one of the best human beings ever, like such a nice, kind dude. You don't see that on the screen because legit he is a maniac out there, but in real life he's a good dude, man. And that's like with Carl too. Like him and Gallows were huge in Japan and all of that stuff, and then they came over, and that's when me and Carl got to know each other. Me and Carl just clicked just like me and Gallows clicked. I mean, they're like mini-me's of each other.
Are you, speaking of Japan, a big fan of Japanese wrestling? Because anyone who listens to interviews with you knows that you're an encyclopedia for wrestling and pop culture.
Brother, I would love to go over to Japan. 1, the people are amazing. 2, the culture is great and food is wonderful. And three, I never got to do it. Like, I never got to go to New Japan and do the tour and work in a dojo. You know, I never got to. I just got to do the whole, you know, like the limelight of it with WWE and stuff, where you go over there, they got everything set up. But I want to go and do the real tour. Like, feel like the, you know, the real way to do a tour over there, you know, and have the fun and have a match almost every other night while you're over there and stuff like that. Like, I would love to, and that's on my bucket list. So as soon as I get the opportunity to do that, you will see me over there.
Well, bring it back to Impact. You came in as a free agent. We're starting to see you with your old buddy Rhino. Do you ultimately want to be a tag team guy in Impact? Is that where your sights are?
I can tell you this much, man. Rhino was a big factor of me coming to Impact. One, he is legit a really good friend of mine, like one of my best friends. Like, I just call him just to talk to him for like 3 minutes and then I hang up, you know, like just to BS with him because he's a really good friend of mine. And the whole free agent thing, man, like I was trying to tell other people, man, they don't understand, but this is a real storyline playing out before your eyes. Like, I don't have a contract. I don't even know if I'm really going to get a contract because, I mean, you know, there's so many opportunities on the table. So it's one of those things to where, like, I hope I get one. I want to get one. But if I can guarantee anybody, I can tell you that I don't have one. I haven't signed one. And hopefully at Bound for Glory or after Bound for Glory, I'll get one. But I would love to run with Rhino in Impact as a tag team and get those tag straps, you know, and then after that, you know, let's go and conquer some single goals that I've been wanting to do forever. But yeah, I would love to hold another set of titles with Rhino in Impact. That'd be awesome.
It's refreshing to hear somebody referring to tag team belts as straps. It's nice to hear all these terms that you're able to use these days. But you and Rhino absolutely have...
I just want you to know, everybody uses these terms, just not on some networks.
You and Rhino, it's interesting to hear that you're close and you're friends and all that. I assume you don't talk politics when you two are together, but what was it that drew you two together in the first place?
We got thrown together, bro. So nothing drew us together. We got put together.
Got it.
It was one of those things to where like, of course you always have respect for the man beast. You know, he's done some crazy stuff in this industry, and he's a good human being, a very good guy, like a stand-up guy. Like he's a good guy, you know, and you always need one of them on your side. But no, we got thrown together, man. It was one of those things that were like, here I am, this funny, likable, good guy with kids, you know, fighting for his family and everything. And then here comes a daggone pet Rhino, and you're like, what the hell do I do with this? You know, like, does he eat lettuce or something? Like, what in the world? But it's just one of those things, like, we legit got put together, but we were so just opposite that we attracted. Like, you know, we were like magnets. It just worked well, and it still does. And I mean, we're, like I said, hella buddies, but I don't feel like me and him would ever have been as close as we are today if we didn't get put together in tag team. And that's a blessing, you know, for me and my life and my family's life, because like my wife, my kids love him, you know, so it's one of those things where like I got a best friend out of it. So that's a win for me.
I'm just hearing positivity over and over and over again, optimism about the Impact roster and where things are going, excitement that you can do all these different projects if you want to. Were you this happy 3 or 4 months ago? Because it doesn't sound like it.
Hell no, man. It's one of those things, and like I'm not knocking nothing. I can't knock them. I mean, you know, they gave me a good life for 14 years of my life, so I can't knock them. Won't knock them. You know, you don't need to. You know, because there's more positive than there's negative. But you know, of course, it's just like any job. You get a job. You love the job. Things don't go your way, which they should go your way. You get upset and frustrated a little bit, but you don't let it let you down, and you keep going and keep going and keep pushing and keep striving, and then your wheels just keep turning. You get nowhere, then you start not liking the job. You get frustrated with it. You know, that goes with anybody and anything. And I hate people out there that's always like, oh my God, quit your crying. You're working for this. I'm like, dude, you just don't get it. You haven't been passionate for something, you know? So don't talk to me about something you know nothing about. You know, that stuff makes me mad, you know, to where I'll fire back at him and then everyone's like, oh gosh, he's this kind, sweet boy, you know? But if you throw a punch at me, I'm going to throw one right back, you know? Like, I'm not going to start it, but if you start it, I'm going to finish it. But it's just one of those things to where, like, you do get complacent. You do get frustrated, you know, in your job. You do want to get that promotion, and when it never comes, it's like, well, what the hell, man, you know? But I can go on about this and tell stories days about this, but where is that going to get me?
Good points. Good points. Nowhere.
Feeling bad. Feeling down on yourself. Oh, my goodness. You know, and I don't need that in my life, man. I'm looking up to the skies because I'm a battler. I'm a warrior. I'm going to keep pushing.
Well, Mr. Warrior, do you have time for 3 more quick questions, then you're free man?
Damn right I do.
Okay. First one. I have been curious about this for years. There was commentary that was being done during one of your matches where they said that one of Heath's favorite bands is the Drive-By Truckers. Is that true?
I can honestly say I do like a couple of their songs, but I'm a music fan. You know, like I love like 80s hair metal, like, you know, the Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, and like, you know, I like Kiss. You know, I like guys like that. But then again, I'm a country boy, so I love old school country. You know, like Travis Tritt, Garth Brooks, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. You know, and I like new country. But then again, it's like one of those things where like I love old school rap, like Biggie, Tupac, you know, DMX, and all this stuff. 50 Cent's first album is still one of my favorite albums. You know. And people would look at me and be like, man, you listen to rap? You don't sound like or look like you listen to rap. You know, I'm like, well, that's how much you know about me, man. But it's like one of those things, like, I love all music. Like, down the line, I love it.
That is what I wanted to hear. The next time I speak with you, I'm going to ask you a lot of Kiss trivia. But the second question, in Impact, if things work out and we see you signed and the future's coming and all that, will you ever finish your storyline with Flo Rida in Impact?
If Flo Rida ever wants to make a song or come and do a little concert for Impact, you know, like I'll open the daggone gate for him and let him in and give him a high five, this and that. But then again, if he steps in the ring and badmouths me, it ain't going to happen like it did in WWE, man. It ain't going to happen that way, you know, because there's a new focus, a new eye of the tiger in this guy that's called Heath. So you better watch the hell out if he comes over wanting to do a concert and get up in my face again.
That is what I wanted to hear. And my closer, Heath, any last words for the kids?
Which kids? My kids or all the other kids?
That's usually my closing question to get good advice, but you do raise a good point. You are known for the kids. So it goes out to whoever you think can learn and sit under the learning tree of Heath.
Man, I can honestly say to all kids, and I usually tell all kids this, is that no dream is too big. Because, like, I know of parents, and I know of, you know, just seeing stuff and everything, and, you know, like, just because you grow up in a hard spot and grow up in a spot to where, you know, the only future you think is what you see is not true. Because I grew up in a small little town in West Virginia to where if I didn't get out or go to the coal mines, I wasn't going to make it. And next thing you know, after, you know, going to college and messing up as a young teenager and not having anything else to do, man, I followed my dream and I got it. And here we are still today talking about it. So I encourage all kids, if you have a dream and you're passionate and you know you won't fail, go for it. Because honestly, failure is not an option whenever you have a goal in mind that you want to achieve.
Very inspirational and very true. I can't thank you enough for your time, and looking forward to seeing you live in New York as soon as things get normal again. So thank you so much, Heath, and good luck at Bound for Glory.
I'm about to say, everyone better be watching Bound for Glory this Saturday because I'm going to turn some damn heads this weekend.
Paltrocast.